8 seconds. 12 seconds.
This was the first round. This was a 0.69. On white, I saw you could do 2 moves into this easy CL and you can cancel into it. I also looked on blue and saw you could do 2 moves into this CL and also cancel into it. The other thing I noticed was on orange, you could do 2 moves into this nice CL, and there's a lot of outs for this, and one of them you can also cancel into, but the way I ended up doing this solve was on white. I saw you could do U prime F, and then get this case, and then instead of doing U prime F, you can just do U prime R, U, R prime, U prime, R prime, F, R.
Eight seconds.
This was the second scramble. This was a 0.80. On red, I saw there was 1 move into this nice TEG1 case. I also looked on blue and saw you could do 2 moves into this bad TCLL case. So eventually what I decided to do was I did the red by just doing R prime, F, R, U2, R prime, F, R, U prime, R prime, F, U prime.
Eight seconds. 12 seconds.
This was the third scramble. This was a 1.31. I saw that you could make a layer on white by doing 5 moves, and then you get Nicholas, and you can cancel into it. I also kind of saw that you could maybe do like a pseudo layer, but I didn't really consider that too much. And then I also looked on orange and saw you could do 2 moves into this CLL case, and instead of doing the normal alg, I ended up holding it here and doing U2, R, U prime, R prime, F, R, F prime, U, R, U, but I just locked up a lot, so it wasn't very good.
Eight seconds. 12 seconds.
This was the fourth scramble. This was a 0.98. I saw that on orange, you could either do 4 moves to get this CLL, or you could do 4 moves like that and get a different CLL. But then you can also like do a U prime and then check 2 different solutions by doing like FR, U prime, R prime, or R prime, F prime, RF. I also looked on green and saw you could do 1 move into this not very good TCLL case. And then there were also some options on blue and red, but I didn't really end up looking at those too much, so eventually I just decided to do orange by just holding it here and doing U prime, R prime, F prime, R, U prime, R prime, F, R, F, U.
Eight seconds.
This was the fifth scramble. This was a 0.89. I saw that on white, there's a pre-made TCLL plus case, and it's pretty easy. So you could just finish by doing U prime, R, U, R prime, U prime, R2, U, R2, U prime, R2, U prime. That's the solution I ended up deciding to go with. But there are also a few other angles to do like similar solutions. Like you could do R2 and then get the same case, but it's not really that good because you have to do an extra R2. And then I also looked on orange and saw you could do 1 move to it, and it's basically kind of similar. So eventually what I just did was on white, just U prime, R, U, R prime, U prime, R2, U, R2, U, prime, R2, U prime.